And boom. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 36 of the Fat Earth Comedy Cast. We are full again. We are whole again. We are joined by Heavy Cream and Sir Mix-a-Lot, Big Jimmy.
Zicka, zicka.
What's the word?
Yeah.
It's Memorial Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing anything.
What are you guys getting into this weekend? What's the crazy plan?
Absolutely nothing. How about you guys?
I work tomorrow. Got a little 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. shift, and my sister's trying to entice me out to end this social distancing stuff and see my nephew for the first time in 2 months.
Nice.
Aiden, so that might be happening, but I smell some Twitch poker in my future. I started off, dude, so hot tonight. I actually called Mo Fungus, but he was doing something else. Probably
on
way
the
more.
fungus.
But I started 4 tournaments, and I won all 4 tournaments. So I was really psyched about that.
Wow.
But then I lost the next 8. So don't worry, folks. I ended up down $40. So what started off as and it happened real quick. This is in the course of an hour.
It always does.
Waiting for a podcast, so here we are.
Well, we were doing good. We were up. We won about 3 tournaments, or we cashed in 3 tournaments, and then single-handedly one afternoon proceeded to lose all of it, which was around $1,000. So easy come, easy come. Oh, easy
that
go.
That happens.
Yeah.
Easy come and easier come.
Well, Colleen, you're a massive poker player. I know you have some good tips.
I'm underground.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm really good at being deceptive, so I'm really good at poker, but I don't ever play, which is a shame because I would be really good. Mm-hmm. I'm not kidding. I used to play like with like all my aunts and uncles, and like we'd go down to Florida and I'd play and I'd beat everyone. And then I remember one time Chris flipping out because I beat him in poker. And he was like, fucking beginner's luck and shit, but it was strategy.
Yes.
Strategy.
I'm surprised that one of your ex-boyfriends never tried to get you. We've all played
I guess
poker
they
with
never
our
really
girlfriends.
Yeah, no, I never played strip poker.
I remember the last time I played with my my ex-girlfriend Crystal, and she didn't even really know how to play. I'm like, this is gonna be very simple. This fucking girl's pulling boats out of her ass and shit. I was naked as a jaybird by the 17th hand.
See, the best was I played ex-girlfriend Street Fighter 4.
Oh yeah, I remember this. I was actually there.
Street Fighter.
Yes, this was the best. I even looked at her prior to, and I said, "Well, I'm very good at this game."
Yeah, Jimmy was coming right hot off of the fucking game, The Book, man.
That was the best I've ever played, though.
Yeah, you ever heard of the game, The Book?
No,
I
have not.
It's like a biography. It's an autobiography about this guy he was a writer for Rolling Stone, and then he was hired to do an article. I don't know if you might have been super young back when like AOL first came out. There were these guys they were called like the pickup artists, and they would give you seminars. You know, if you were
those guys
horrible
are weird.
Oh yeah, so like mystery. Well, there's a show about it.
That guy with the long hair.
Yeah, that was the guy he actually went to study. He went to a seminar. But the guy who wrote the book, his name's Neil Strauss. He was kind of a goon himself, so he ended up going there to write the article, and then he's like, I want to learn this shit. So then he dove into this whole community and ended up becoming Mystery's partner and making like thousands of dollars. I mean, they would prey on guys.
Was a big thing, yeah.
More than that, Mystery started classes that were like underground and made a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
in New York. But he's a fascinating story to me before we get completely off this topic, unfortunately.
That's what we do here, folks.
He was, because I read this a little bit before Kevin and then listened to it on tape again later in life. He was a Microsoft programmer and was like virgin till late in life, 28 or something, but he was a millionaire already for Microsoft.
He just needed the money.
Very smart, but no, he left. He said, if I can program a computer this well, there's no way I can't program someone's mind this well. And literally, That's what it is. But I mean, that's the art of marketing. That's the art of anything.
It's
And if it,
seduction, folks.
why is it bad to talk
Yeah.
about, Colleen? You lost your gulp, but like birds do it. It's just normal. It's the art of seduction. I don't.
I
If
guess
it's
it
not
is kind of
lying,
programming people, but
yeah, but it's not. It's not lying, and it's already connecting the wires that are there. It's not hypnotism. It's not getting them to do something that. It's just triggering the right effects to do so. Listen, if a girl's not out looking for a partner, it's not going to work anyways,
Right.
So it's kind of like it has to be the right thing. But I think it has a more negative connotation than it is. But that's a fascinating guy to me, a fascinating story. I was able to go from producer of computers to or engineer of it to the
That's
human brain.
that's mystery.
Yeah.
I never watched the show. Did you guys?
Well, that was later. I mean,
I
he had been
did.
doing it for a decade or so by the time the show came out. He was like 38 by then. He started at like 28.
Yeah, he was
Dude,
crazy. The funny thing was in the book they talk about how he was in love with this one girl and he couldn't work his magic on the one girl that he was like in love with,
right.
and he was like he would be on and off with her. So an ironic twist there, mystery.
But
Guy's
all
wearing
that
all
he wore,
couldn't get
how you
that
said he
one.
was weird? It
yeah
was all his flair. It was his Jennifer Aniston flair from
yeah.
Office.
They call it peacocking.
No,
Correct.
you gain that confidence. That's all you need, really.
Oh, it's to
Well, in
set
the
you out in a crowd so someone sees you the second you're in there, like crazy hat or jacket or something.
Yeah.
yeah, I'd beat my own ass. Anyways, let's get into this. So we recorded a dab video, dabs number 7. It was actually Heavy Cream's
I
first
thought it was
or
6.
second. Oh yeah, no, yeah, my bad. It was your second dab, dabbing
and
number 6.
Yeah. Right after the first dab.
Right.
Good
That was the
memory.
quarantine dabs.
He could have
Mhm.
slipped past me 7 on me, Heavy Cream. I'm glad you're here.
I'm on it.
No,
Yeah.
you're always on it. I don't understand.
Mhm.
You smoke more, take bigger hits, and you
Let's
still
do
My
end
it.
up at
brain
the end,
doesn't
like,
stop.
are
But
we
that's
gonna get
my
high or
experience.
what are we doing today?
Yeah,
I know it's crazy to look at you. I'm working on episode 7 right now, and Jimmy's fucking 3 sheets to the way his eyes are slits,
Well,
and
keep in
Colleen's just
mind,
sitting there.
but Jimmy
Wait
was
a
out the
minute.
night before. Till
The
That's
hit
true.
I took, I'm pretty sure was the biggest hit I've ever taken on dabs.
Oh,
In the second one, where I'm
episode
like
8, yeah.
that destroyed me first and foremost. That was, and I don't know how much smoke I blew out. I'm just telling you from what I took in, like mouth hit and everything I felt. That was not acting. That was literally straight up. That totally messed me up.
Wait, we're talking
Oh,
about the last one?
yeah.
We got off track here, but yeah.
No, that's okay. Yeah, it's hard to say because I'm just like so high every time. It's like I don't know.
God, you pulled it off better than me. I look like a hot mess.
No, I
We're
was not
looking
out
for
till
proof.
6 a.m.
I was a
That's
hot mess
true.
in 6 here, if I remember correctly. I almost puked or something. I was chilling on the end, and that's when Kevin caught
Oh my
some
God,
of the.
this is when you like go forever and you're like you can zen through it.
Yeah.
This is so funny. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that would fuck me up. There you go.
And it's like an uncomfortable silence. Like it like goes on forever.
I got my mask.
I didn't
on,
know what to do.
my scarf mask.
This is gelato.
Oh yeah, gelato, geppetto.
Geppetto, grab my gelato.
So I always will pull out these one-liners. I got another one for episode 7 coming at you. Jimmy's talking about staying hard. Grab the one line and start the shit go. Start up the episode with a little joke.
There you go.
This shit was pretty.
Look
Did you
at that
guys enjoy this
photo.
stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah, remember
Yeah,
we were a
I
lot
really
more
liked it.
comfortable during that one.
Yeah.
I
We
don't
had
know.
think this
done
one-
one earlier. We had filmed
Yeah.
5 earlier. So yeah, we were. Plus, we're gaining camaraderie.
Everybody's just feeling a little more comfortable. But I
Yeah.
think this one, if I ever made an ad, I've been thinking about trying to make an ad for one and just seeing if I can slip through the sheets of the YouTube algorithm. I don't know if they'll let you promote drugs, but I mean, this shit's legal, so it's like a guy with a beer tasting channel.
Look at that photo, though. Even the scrapes on the metal. That's a great focused
shit.
photo.
That's my 100mm macro. We got big,
Ooh.
gigantic lenses. Have you ever heard of Maurice's Flaming Photography?
No, is that gay photography?
Yeah, that's a joke I did
Like
for our
gay
comedy
porn?
CD. Yeah, no,
That's hilarious.
it's all he does is take pictures of guys though. He goes, I got a gigantic 300 millimeter lens.
Do you provide the poppers to the talent?
Jesus. Yeah, I pour him that fluffer beer. Gets him real. Gives him a couple of halfies. That's all you need, folks. So here we are, still using the shitty torch, and you better believe Reddit's up my ass.
Haircut's way better.
Oh, I need my hair done so badly.
There's a video. We all cut each other's hair and see what happens. Me and Jimmy can hide it for a while, but
no, it's bad.
Beep beep. That's the
that
best
beep,
part.
beep?
Yeah, right there, a real honker.
Beep beep.
I think she just rationales the fucking hit better than we do, because I just suck this thing until I start coughing every time.
Yeah, she's a champ. I don't know. She's an Emerson. They're good at taking vices.
Taking hits.
You take
We're
out
good
a
at vices.
Yeah, well, welcome to my world.
Yeah,
you
meanwhile,
get a good one
I
on
can't
this
even
one
get the
too.
thing going.
Oh yeah, forgot you
so
get it. You
great.
got a nice Zen movement here.
This is so good.
The one you take in episode 8, though, man, this kid, he blows a little out and he tries to suck the rest of it down, and that's when shit gets fucking haywire.
Is that the demon breath?
Yeah. Yep.
Not bad. Held it in a while. Still a big hit.
Here we go. Here we go.
Did you try and take your mind to another dimension or what?
No, I literally was like focusing on my lungs not exploding with coughing.
Well,
I didn't want Colleen to take it so well, and then I'm over there coughing like an animal, so I was like zenning. I go, you can try and zen through this.
So the couple of times when we did it, you spit all over me. That was a fucking act. I appreciate that shit.
No, that was an overhit. That's what I. But I can be more. I can be less bashful around you. I feel.
We talked about this.
Oh yeah.
But now we're all good. We're good.
Uh-huh. I want to see some spray next time.
Well, no, I didn't spray last time, but I like dry heat. I was
right. Because I know that feeling. You just shock the lung, and it's so sore.
Yeah, it goes. I'm dead.
Do you ever get that, Colleen, or your lungs just iron? I don't understand.
Oh no, I get that. Yeah, I don't remember when the last time that's happened.
This blade of hair that's hanging out totally makes me look higher, and I love it.
Oh yeah.
That little piece.
Yeah, on the right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me look, because it's not there in the beginning, and then it's not prevalent, and then it is at this angle, and it makes me look higher.
It's for effect.
Guys,
I love it. It was luck.
That was our
real
director,
cartoon character. I mean, that's the problem. I need some wardrobe and people helping me with the makeup and stuff.
Right?
You
Seriously.
get a couple of hair strands. I'm not looking for that. Maybe I should be. Whatever. No one's watching this for Jimmy's beauty. Or are they?
You never know.
Yeah, we got a big bear and otter following, let me tell you.
Yeah.
You ever been to Fist Fest?
You're on a roll tonight, bud. You're getting a free pass.
I'm telling you.
Fist Fest.
The basement at the toolbox, dude, in Farmington.
Fifth annual Fist Fest.
That shit's graphicer than hell. And then,
here's
here's
where you come up. I'm 2 dabs deep. I'm literally trying to be coherent at all. There's
like
that
I say in the video.
Again.
Yeah. That shit's not going anywhere.
It got bigger, like bigger, dude. That fucking thing kept growing the higher I got.
Yeah. That's a phenomenal movie. You like that, Colleen?
What movie?
Kingpin.
Yes.
Kingpin.
I was talking about this yesterday.
Dude, The Wavelength. Tune in, folks. Hone in.
I love that movie. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I love Big Earn.
Oh yeah.
When he's fucking playing football with all the moms and shit, his hands are blatantly inside this woman almost.
He pulls out that ball with the fucking rose.
You can get away with that?
That's one of the that's a great. Is that a that's a Farley Brothers movie. It's like
Yep.
something about Mary.
We don't have a cow. We have a
Things just
bull.
splattering. Yeah, that's fucking gross, bro. That's
The
fucking
gross ass
gross.
landlady.
I've seen her in some other movies too.
She's in like Insidious.
Oh yeah.
Here's
Oh yeah.
that.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Do you like that?
The first one was okay.
I liked it. I got a little scared
Yeah.
from it. I'm not gonna lie.
The first one was pretty decent. I like
Yeah.
scary movies.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm a dork. I like going to every scary movie like when it comes out.
Well, riddle me this. Like, okay, so the well-written scary movies, by the way, there's a remaster of Scream coming back. I hear
Oh, what are you
David
doing?
I was never a
David-
fan of Scream.
David Arquette just re-signed on. But,
Of course he did. He has nothing
he
else.
goes, I'll be Dewey again. Where's that vacuum?
Let me put my butt cut hairdo back on and let's go, baby.
Not a stretch, really.
Yeah.
For him.
But
No, he probably
So,
looks
like-
older than hell.
every scary movie or most, like you got to get a good story for me. Like when it's just the bangs and the silent for 3
Agreed.
seconds,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like or
The jump scares.
behind you where it's and then it cuts to dead silence and the person. Like I want less of that and just a creepy ass story. Like I don't know. We were talking Blair Witch the other day. Like that was way out of its time, kind of thing. Like I haven't been blown away by them in a minute, and I just feel like even when it's like what's that one, Constance, or what's the one with the little doll, Annabelle? Like those
Annabelle.
ones, the newest Annabelle, and those are there's like it was kind of a creepy story in Nuns, but then it still relied on the bang and pop, I'm gonna call it, scariness, and I just
No, it's jump scares. Listen to Callie.
Yeah.
She knows the lingo, bro.
oh, that's what she
Small.
said it in here.
Yeah.
I know my shit. No. Honestly, yeah, I agree. I think that like I thought I was impressed with The Conjuring, the first one, because that
Yeah, I
one
like that. Mhm.
that one was really creepy because you don't see anything until like an hour into the movie. A lot of it is just like what's in the shadows, what you don't see. Really I thought that was like really creepy. There's a lot of tension that like with that. It's like almost in Jaws, like when you don't see the shark for a long time. And
Is
like
Jaws considered horror or it's
Yeah.
a thriller?
they consider it horror, I think.
Jaws is a different level of movie though. Like
Or
the
Yeah,
scene.
but like you don't see the shark for a long time.
Yeah, I
You know
like
what I
that.
mean?
It's all in your
That's
head.
what I
That's how
like.
yeah.
It's like tense. It's like
Right.
so I thought that was good. Certain like most of them are not really good. Like I loved the first It Part 1 or whatever. I was impressed with that.
No,
I love
her
that
whole
one.
credibility is going out the window, folks.
No, I love
I
that
was just
one.
thinking about it, and I was wondering.
I hate the
it
second
too. Yeah, I don't know, man.
It was bad. It was
These
like a
spider
huge.
thing rolling around at the end. I go, what is this now? But dude, it's
That's
just a
that's
weird
the story.
Did you see the first
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, I'm trying to, it was better than the old one, I think, because they can do more with computer graphics and shit. But
Wait, are you talking about the original, the made-for-TV one, or
Yeah.
yeah, that's some poop. But the guy that played it was pretty
Tim
good.
Curry.
Yep. This girl's she's a thirst of knowledge, folks.
Shut up.
No, you know that dude. That I can't. You smoke bud. I can't remember fuck all's name. From
I would remember so much more though if I didn't.
Well, that's scary.
Oh, not the shit you want to remember.
Yeah.
We just dropped
Gotta
out.
black
That's why I smoke this
piddly-
shit. I want to forget.
Right. We're all trying to forget something, man. We're all trying to turn off that anxiety.
Yeah, it's
The
hardcore.
floodgate is open.
It's a hard.
Do you find smoking pot causes less or more anxiety?
No, I don't think it helps me at all with
Well,
that.
Try and
I
stop.
think that I love smoking pot, but it really doesn't like help my anxiety. I've recently started taking CBD though. That's helped with that.
Yeah. Well, cheers, folks. We're all locked in. Now we all got a little piece.
Organic Ace cartridges. This is
That's
still
what
the fruit punch one.
Oh,
This-
nice. You guys are.
This is the power punch. Yeah, the
I'm
power or the
enjoying, yeah, or
purple
whatever.
punch.
Yeah, that one.
Is that it?
I think
Yeah,
so.
purple punch.
It's an amalgamation.
I'll take that
Dude.
purple drink.
I love the amalgamation. What's that word? He's looking on the package for amalgamation.
Right. Where did this guy find this, dude? He can't even tell me about the tensories or the flavor oxygens.
Yeah, the flavor crystals. What's your favorite review that we've done out of either you're in it or you're not? Well, Jimmy's been in every single one of them, but
my favorite one. I really enjoyed the last one we did.
Yeah. So episode 8, it'll be.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how it'll turn out. I don't even remember what I said.
You took a good rip in episode 7. You took a nice solid rip. It looks like one of the bigger tokes you take. Yeah.
Like
and then you start flying around like a fucking bird.
I never remember what I do. Then I guess
I'm like, wait, I just don't remember anything. I just remember I was really hungry after.
Yeah.
And then DoorDash took 2 hours.
Oh my God! Yeah, Jimmy,
you didn't murdered.
Oh yeah, Jimmy, you were there. What am I thinking? And then they went on a fucking smorgasbord, and I gained like 15 pounds that night.
We got like 30 cheeseburgers. We didn't get our shakes, unfortunately. Guy straight lied to us and said they were in the bag, which didn't make sense. But
I also think your brother made a coax that story a little bit. I mean, who buys? You're carrying the bag. You can't tell there's 2 full milkshakes in them.
He asked them, though. I heard him say it.
Yeah, he did ask the guy. Yeah, and he thought it was weird, but he was like, okay. And
I know. I want to
right away.
What's the guy gonna do? Drive back? I mean, at that point, you're fucked anyway.
At that point, we waited 2 hours later. I was fucking. I was hungry like 4 hours before that.
Right. I know. I'm getting a fucking naked Asian covered in sushi for the next one. I'm going all out. I'm gonna take care of my talent. Although
I was starving again. I lose all these things malnutritioned.
I could hear you guys eating in there, and I was like, God damn it.
We should have came out and ate with us. Ordered.
No, it's not like that.
She wanted to have like a Harold and Kumar moment where she
just wanted to get down on those fucking sliders.
Yeah, were they worth the wait?
No.
It rarely is.
Never is.
It rarely is. So what we were talking? Yeah, we were talking about our favorite dabs. Like, yeah, the hit you take, Colleen, from episode. Or Colleen, who the fuck is that? We're talking cream here, folks. Heavy cream.
Fuck is Colleen?
Yeah. Because in episode 7, you call me Kevin or something, and you're like, oh, wait a minute.
I know. Super
subtle. You're fungus. It's hard. It's a built-in thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you take a really nice rip in that one. We'll do a comparison podcast when we get that bad boy posted. But yeah, then the next one, Jimmy takes the biggest rip I've ever seen someone take, and when he blows it out, I was cry laughing because you blow a little out.
I heard you, and I was like, I don't know if he's laughing at something else or the footage from earlier that he took.
I don't remember something. I just remember noises.
It's the latter. I don't remember.
I like to take that shit and label it all within that day, because otherwise, then it just turns into a big mess. Yeah. Plus, that day was kind of hard because we did like one dab, then we did the edible. We did the edible, the eating of it. Then we did a dab. Then we did the next dab, and then we did. I think we did the edible. Yeah, so I had to find all that shit. Mm-hmm. But that edible.
At that point, it's hard because it's like I don't.
It's a clusterfuck.
Boom, hit a wall.
My eyes were like.
Oh yeah. Well, Jimmy's were slits. Yours were. Yours were a little bit more shut than normal. That's what. I was like,
it's been a while since we did the 2 edibles.
I got to get my tolerance up.
I wanted to do all of them. Hogan's like, no, don't do that. We're gonna be filming all day.
Yeah, well,
that's probably a good call, honestly, but it would have been fine.
So what? 50 milligrams is a decent dose for you?
No, 100.
Jesus.
It's just, I mean, that's just how it is. I've been eating edibles for a while, and I smoke all the time. So like, I literally just, it takes like a lot.
I don't think the smoking has anything to do with it because I smoke all the time too, and I eat the shit I want to call ambulances.
Really?
No, you must have had a scare, bro. You
I
gotta.
did a fucking death scare.
That's all it takes is one scare. But the last time I was actually like scared high was in like 2010. I swear to God.
How do you know the date?
I just remember that was like the last time I just remember being in my friend's basement. We made brownies and like I was so high that like my arms were like robot arms. Like they were
Yeah.
like, you know,
Jeez.
like that was the last time it was like scary, not scary high, but like where you
On the verge.
have to like kind of talk yourself to like calmness. You know what I mean?
What about you, Jimmy? When was the last time you got scared?
5 years ago, off a Mo Fungus batch of cookies, I
Yeah, they'll do
believe
that.
I had 2
I've
or
seen
3
so many people
before.
get sick off of those.
No.
Whoa,
So
don't
many.
I
Yeah.
didn't throw up. Literally, I'm rolling around basically on my couch, and my girl's like, "What are you doing?" And I go, "What? You got it." I go, "Get out of here." I go, "Oh my God, I can't even get up." I go, I'm
He's
praying to God
flailing
to not
around.
be
Yeah, I'm
this
like a
high."
pig in
I go,
slop.
I had these spins from weed. It was like 8 a.m. I woke up at like 6. I took the like 2 or 3 of these cookies,
Jesus,
and
bro.
literally by like 8 a.m.
That'll do it.
I
That'll
was
do it.
rolling around on the couch, literally praying to God to stop this high. I cannot be this high. I was literally having the spins. I was getting so ill. Oh,
Plus,
that was the
time
last
goes
time
way
about 5 years
slower in
ago.
that realm. Slows it
Yeah,
down.
it's very slow. I love like the videos on YouTube of people that think they're dying because they ate too many edibles. There's like the cop one.
I've never seen that.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. This cop like calls 911 and he's like, my wife and I, we made brownies and I think we're dead. He's
Oh
like,
yeah,
we're
you told me
dying.
about
Yeah.
this.
It's so great. I think
Yeah,
we're dying. Time is really, really, really slow.
uh-huh. That's why I don't eat it again. But I was in the mix because I was the one in the fucking laboratory trying to concoct the right mixture. So you know how many batches of cookies I made before the ones I've settled on?
A
This thing
lot.
was a long. Yeah, oh yeah,
I
like
like to think yours are like 100 milligrams.
I think they're 60, 65, but they could
Okay.
be a little more. It depends on the size of the actual cookie, but I try and make them. It's all from my hand, so it's like I should have a better measuring device, but
These
yeah,
hands.
these hands are made for
Jewel.
cookies. Yeah. So
My own.
I think they I don't know. I don't even know if it was someone ate one and they're like, this is about a 65 milligram, which sounds kind of accurate. They
I
could be
feel like
higher
it's hard to say. They're all of them are probably different, but like,
though.
um, I remember the first time I had your cookies. I was high that night. That was great.
Yeah, that's what they'll do to
That
you.
was yeah, but
Uncle Mo's fucking
space cookie,
cootie
space
surprise.
walk. I will say though, when I did the butter bite, that hit me
Oh
Oh,
my lord.
hard.
Smash.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Sometimes those cookies, like I try and mix them as like overdo it because I feel like the butter,
I,
you might
I hope
tap
you
into
do
something,
overdo
get a
it. Yeah.
glob, and then
I
you're
love
yeah,
a good
mix that
butter
shit
bite.
up. You almost killed me one day.
dude, I mix it up. Trust me, they're all fucking potent like that.
No, but Joe Rogan, I
filthy
watched
animal.
one of his podcasts today where he was bitching about Joe Biden, and he talked about this
Jojo?
weed ain't never killed nobody in the history of anybody.
Joe Rogan said that?
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about his big Spotify deal?
Oh well, we
Whoa. People are
might be
Paving the
taking
way,
upset.
his slot
baby.
over, folks.
Paving the
Flat
way.
Earth.
You know what? People are upset. I'm like, good for you.
We're a global modern media company.
And I'm not making this stuff up, folks. It says it right on their website. Global multimedia.
Global, you people. Do you understand?
But we had
motherfucker.
we had big ambitions and a big fucking gut when we started Fat Earth Comedy, folks. And from then we've been a little bit humbled, but you got to
You know
shoot for the
what?
stars. What?
I don't know. I need to get a new beer.
The edible's kicking in, folks. You can go get
No,
your brew.
I don't have any. Can I?
Go get a brew. Yeah, we'll chit chat.
I'm like 5 feet away from the fridge.
Yeah, well, take us with you. Take us on a tour of the abode.
Yeah, you were
No.
locked out the other day, huh?
Oh, I'll tell you all. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Let her fuel up.
Hold on.
What dab hit you the hardest? You were in 1, 2, 3, 4.
The one that hit me the hardest was fucking Mr. Blood Diamond. I almost threw up off that shit, dude.
At my house.
Oh yeah, because I didn't fuel up. So I got up in the morning. Dude, my body's just weird. So like I knew I had to go to your house, so I was like, I'm not gonna fucking eat a bunch of food or anything. So by the time I got out there, I'm like, I have to eat something. So I went to McDonald's. I got like I think I got a 4-pack of nuggets, and then I had a Coke, and I was sipping on it and stuff. We get to your house, and we wrapped. Remember, we did all the wrap stuff first.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like drinking anything. And then by the time we sat down to do it, I filled up the glass of water, but never sipped any of it. So my mouth was pretty dry by then. We were smoking the whole time too. We were taking puffs. Then we took that big old fucking Leonardo hit. We got all DiCaprio. No, I think did I go outside? Because I remember getting up because I was getting fucking
you're
ill.
moving around. You moved over by the TV, and then like,
Yeah.
I gotta get some fresh air.
So that one definitely hit me. But the one previous to that is because I blew shit out and then was coughing on top of my hit. That one fucked me up too.
When you go blood.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm surprised not one person of my family watches our channel. And the reason I know is because no one's asked me if I really cough blood up at the end of the fucking video or not.
Or they
Thanks,
love
folks.
it. They think it's
It's
hilarious.
your test.
Yeah, that was my test. I coughed blood out.
Fuck.
Yeah, but
They're
what
like,
are you gonna
oh
do?
no, we saw it. We just don't care.
Right. Well, my mom, I went to a party, a going away party for my cousin, and his brother Jason, he doesn't give a shit. So when everyone was there, the whole party, my mom, my aunt, old people, young people, this guy puts on titties and grits and like blasts the fucking video. And I hate watching my own shit. Like, if you're gonna go find our videos online and watch them,
Don't go for the shirtless one.
That's fine if you're going out and finding it yourself. But to jam it in people's faces and then you're watching them, you're worried if they're gonna laugh. It's such a weird feeling though, because you're like, here comes a joke. Are they gonna laugh? Are they gonna not? When it works, it feels amazing. Dr. Anxiety. Beep,
Oh,
beep.
I know it sucks. I know that feeling.
Oh, I was talking with your sister today. The fact that you go on stage and you don't even have an act. I would have to have written shit like that I can think about and go over and rehearse.
I don't believe that. You're more impromptu than you think.
No, I know, but you got to have the cojones, and apparently.
No, yeah, that's balls. That's balls.
No, there's no way I ever thought that I would ever do that. But honestly, I feel like you would do it just fine.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys talking me up.
No, seriously, it would be fine. You guys would be. I wish you guys could do it with me.
Well, Jimmy said he has a background in it. I think didn't you take some kind of acting classes?
You just just tried out in front of like improv people, right? With no experience.
Yeah, I did that. Well, no, I mean,
That's scary as fuck.
I started taking acting though at middle school and then high school, whenever the classes were. So
were you a theater kid?
I mean, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Were you? You were in drama and shit?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we called those kids gay.
Well, some were.
That's why I was there swooping up anything that wasn't.
I'm just kidding.
No, apparently the successful ones were gay, but now we took the fucking guys that were left over, and here we are with Jimmy.
I like the compliments. So I ran with it.
That is the best way to do it, is be the heterosexual dance master, and you're in there flipping women around and stuff. Bodies are tight as drums.
Tight as drums.
Bouncing quarters off the asses. You know how it is.
That's what's going on in theater.
That's all they do backstage. They just bend over and one guy just bounces
quarters.
quarter off ass. Yeah.
They have ping pong too.
Well, the next time we get together, you gotta well, why don't you talk about one right now? What's an exercise that you think we could all do? I just want to put my mind into that mind frame of like being on. Well, it's a lot different when you're backstage with your group I would assume that you guys are pretty close at this point. You've done a couple of runs with them, haven't you?
Oh yeah, we're like 5. We're 5 deep. 5
Damn.
courses.
And what's a course? Like 2 months?
Yeah, it's 8 weeks.
Okay.
2 months.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's just funny because it's just funny to think back to the first one when we all just like walked in, no one knew each other. And back then it was like even bigger, the class. Our class is like pretty large for like how far into it we are. Usually they don't, like usually there are like 5 people or so. We have a pretty large group that has stuck together. And I think that's why we keep doing it, is because we all like want to stick together.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Have you guys created any like permanent, well, not permanent characters, but like the groundlings and those kinds of people? Like I think the Chris Farley's the motivational speaker he came out of an improv, and then Bob Odenkirk was that comedy writer, and I think he saw Farley do it, and then he went back, and it wasn't exactly the way it was then.
Oh yeah, you always have your characters on reserve.
Mm-hmm.
Like the more you do it, you don't like just get rid of one. You want to keep that for later.
Right.
It's hard coming up with characters sometimes.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's like the hardest thing, because it's like, how are you going to be original?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you should pull out Galangela next time.
Galangela will be that, yes, for sure. That'll be definitely a unique one. One that has not been done, Galangela.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's going to offend, because you can't even make fun of women apparently anymore, but,
Trans man.
Trans man's a no-no.
I definitely couldn't do that where they have like a rainbow flag hanging up. Okay. Yeah. They're all about that life.
In Ferndale. No, it'd be
so
funny
is
if you
trans man.
Yeah, everybody's laughing. You're going nuts with Galangela. Then you bring out Rasputin, the disputing mutant. Everybody's cry laughing. Then you go, and I'm trans man.
And everyone's like gets up,
crying, laughing.
Yeah. On the place, they cancel me.
Yeah. The whole they go, Colleen, you've been fired.
Laughing.
Give up now.
It's like a record skipping. Everybody's. Then it cuts. It shows the flag waving outside. You go, what? I'm trans man.
He can win.
But is that even an insult? I don't think it's that bad. But
no, I don't think it is. But people are very sensitive about that, especially there. It's crazy.
I'm not being serious. That's not the environment, but it's not bad.
It's a safe space. So
yeah.
They ask us what pronouns we prefer. I'm like,
making them a powerful character.
That can stand in line in either the women's line or the men's line. Whoever bathroom line is shorter, trans man will be there.
Yikes.
Hey man, it's either a fucking gigantic clit or a small cock. We can't figure it out.
It's not even a bonus now.
And write to us, folks. That's fatearth.com. Gmail. We'll take all complaints. PETA's been up my ass for fucking 3 months now.
I love the complaints.
Mm-hmm. So do we. That's why we've been banned from over 30 subreddits.
Really?
Yeah. I've been banned from more subreddits than ones that are actually not banned us.
So tell me about Reddit. I don't know. I mean, like, I'll what?
That is what we should put instead of the global moderns. Banned from 30 subreddits. Yeah. That's the fucking mission statement thing.
Who has the power to ban you?
Whoever
that
runs
would get
the
my
community.
Attention.
Like a subreddit
Whoever starts the
thread, yeah.
Okay. Pussies.
Whoa.
Behind
and
their
write to us, folks. That's care of Heavy Cream at fatearthcomedy.com. That would be so funny if I just did a montage.
Make friends, okay? No.
Right. I should take a montage of all the shit we've said, and then at the end, it's just like it's a letter. Please write to us, folks. Care of
all the terrible things.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've been banned from more Reddits than there actually are that we haven't been banned from. So our options are running small, folks. I'm not being able to promote much on Reddit anymore.
They were doing good. I would think that Reddit would be one of the ones where you could say shit.
Well, some of them have the neat like the fright when we're talking about ghosts and shit. There's a bunch of. It just depends on what the Reddits are. The marijuana ones.
Well, what have you been banned from?
Oh, the list is too long. Trust me.
I mean, let me get an idea of like.
Marijuana, weed. Because I try and go as hard as. It's weird.
Yeah,
like when my cousin Mike does it, because he goes under a different name. And he somehow he tickles. You have to tickle these people's asses with a feather before you plop the turd down, because if you don't, then they just instantly take, because they think you're a bot or something. I don't know. Some of them allow it, but some of them don't.
No, there's just a bunch of little sub laws. Like a bunch of, like each subreddit has its own little rules to how you have to post, and if you miss one thing, it's instantly like you've been banned for 36 hours.
It's not even that. They go, "You've been permanently banned." I go, "Jesus, I just posted a video on there. I didn't put the right flare, you fuck."
Somebody in their office, in their fucking cubicle, saw this shit, you piece of ass.
Yeah, but that shit's allowed. It's Reddit. That's the whole point of it is, dude, somehow I got into this underground world of sex, and dude, I had to get off Reddit, man. It took me down this underground railroad of fucking deceit, smut, and snuff type shit.
I mean, imagine like what the deep web is like.
I don't wanna. That's scary.
That's weird, right? Like all the stuff that we do online is just like 3%.
Right.
Of the internet.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to think about, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like an iceberg.
Like
you only see
nothing, you know. Like I need for nothing more than what I already have.
We used to know this kid that would go on the deep web, and he got the best Molly ever because he would just
the Silk Road.
Yeah, he'd be dancing up and down that Silk Road, pulling off fucking.
Well, I think it's a good idea. I mean, it's a smart way to get drugs.
The purest of the pure. This shit was fucking pure as the driven snow, though. I'm not even kidding. Like, I don't know what Jimmy has.
When some people I knew used to get stuff from the Silk Road, and
I don't have any of that. What are you talking about? You
not bad.
It's always good.
How do you get it? You just order it from the thing, and
yeah, I mean, just go on. You got to get that Tor.
Right. So if you can get on the deep web, you can just order from whoever.
I don't know if it's still operating. I know it's like they like shut it down, but then they do it under different.
Normally, you got to go out in the deep night. You got to find a dude. He's out. You got to give him a hand job.
You got to jerk him off. They all went to the same place, folks.
You got to hope he's got some weed, maybe some crack.
Well, this is why the Silk Road is great, because it eliminates that all. You know,
to give him a digital hand job. It's like second life.
Exactly. You know? I'd rather give a digital hand job than a real one.
So I like going real deep in the web.
Yeah, it's a scary.
Do you remember that show Second Life though? You could cut people's digital lawns and you'd get paid for it. Some real stupid shit.
I don't know about that show, but I don't know what cutting digital lawns.
Yeah.
In a video game for money.
Uh-huh.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Islands.
Some hard work right there.
$14,000 islands and shit.
Oh, you know about it?
Oh yeah.
Jimmy's a mayor in that fucking game.
No, I told when I owned my landscape company with my partner, I told them, I go, bro, we are so stupid to be doing this shit in real life. Why do we don't own one of these digital companies cutting these fake lawns once a week that puts lines on their digital island for $15 a fucking lawn? What are we not doing, dude? I go, get rid of all this equipment and shit. We'll just sit in a basement, smoke some weed, and program.
Yeah, but how do you even do it? What do you do?
You gotta
come up with a program. Cut these digilons.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
You just need a coder.
Yeah.
Laser Dockside Property Services here.
Is that so? Is it an actual visual thing or is it all just words?
It was digital. Oh yeah, it's like a little. It was 3D. It was like Sim Life,
right?
But it was like people had jewelry stores for your avatar and all types of shit, clothing.
Yeah, couldn't you go to jail and stuff? And you have to like live out the real sentence and shit.
people like so people's husbands were at work and women were at home and they're spending like dude some of these dudes the reason this came out was like 60 minutes or some shit where the dad or the husbands had spent like $25,000 they find out had been put on the credit card.
Yeah,
and
families are fucking starving because this guy's going nuts in the second world.
Second wife, yeah.
Your father's been cheating in Second Life. It's a good ad for it, man.
So not in real life?
Yeah. What's that called? Not Happy Madison, but
Ashley Madison?
Ashley Madison, yeah. How do you know about this shit? That's heavy cream, ladies and gentlemen.
A little
I'm a regular user of that website.
I know. They used to play it on Stern all the time. I'm like, what the fuck is like? You want to cheat on your wife?
Life's too short. Cheat.
Like, wow, they're just shameless on this fucking website to ruin people's lives. Ashley Madison.
I mean, it's capitalism, you know.
Yeah, you know it's gonna happen anyways. We might as well
capitalize on it.
Yeah.
But safely.
But except for when they got hacked.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah, it's not the same anymore after that.
Is it still like? Does it even exist still?
Yeah, I can't imagine it. You know, people trusting it.
Probably.
Here we go, folks. It's rocking hard.
$24.95 a month, and it's probably the best internet subscription one could buy. Might exist.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a couple extra beans. I might see what's going on here.
Life is short.
This is out of control. Wow.
It's like life is short. Cheat.
Yeah, this is insane, man. This is Catholic. This is fucking making people. Oh man, I just gotta hit this.
The devil. Dr. Anxiety literally just had a coma attack here, folks.
He had a panic attack.
Yeah, I can't fathom how shitty the human race has become, motherfuckers.
Humanity is given up on them.
Yeah.
And he has given up on humanity.
See your matches. Let's dive in, folks, and see what we got going here.
They're like, you have to be in a relationship.
I don't suggest you do this.
I think you should. I think you should.
The information is going to go down probably a dark web you don't want to get tangled in.
Looking at the relationship status, I thought that you had to be in a relationship to even access it. But I think you can be okay if you're single.
Like I'm single.
Yeah, the single male seeking females is a real loaded pond.
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from this, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe on the next episode, we might dive deep and
we do not
skip down the fucking Silk
Fat
Road.
Earth Comedy Investigates.
I could set one up as Fat Earth. Let's see what happens.
Please don't. Please do not do that.
No?
Dude.
The name Fat Earth, bro.
Fuck no.
That's your Indian name.
Dude, we do not want that in search results. And
all right. This is the guy that wants the fucking chip in his brain.
No.
The guy that wants the fucking computer chip in his brain doesn't want me to set the shit up, so.
Not on. I don't condone the site. I think it's ridiculous. I think that's stupid.
If anything, it's gonna bring more attention to us, bro. And we need it.
People are gonna cheat.
Yeah. Our site blows up. They're like, damn.
Either way, website or not, people are gonna
yeah, that's what's happening. They go,
damn.
Oh, Fat Earth. Oh, whoa. Ashley Madison. I'm gonna check out Fat Earth because I like Ashley Madison.
Right.
Ashley Madison sounds like such a slut.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like Ashley and Madison.
Well, it's the same thing that works for the boys. Like I had a friend named Mike Bill, and everybody was like, if you know a kid that has two first names, don't trust them.
You can't trust them. Yeah. Never trust a person with two first names. They're creepy.
Although Madison is a last name, but there are women named Madison now. It's a hip
name. It's a hip name. Top 5,000 for sure.
Wow. Really reining in the ropes. What were we talking about?
I'm not in the top 5,000 names.
Well, I know that Caitlyn plummeted after Jenner popped out. I was
Call
talking to
me
your sister. She
Caitlin.
was furious. She's like, "I'm pissed. My name's Caitlyn." I go, "It's a good name. It's not your fault. This fucking guy ran and took it over. Jesus."
Yikes.
Mutant man.
It's weird because at the time his son was like dating a Caitlyn.
Oh, really? Maybe that's
Yeah,
what.
so it's like really strange that he chose that name.
Yeah. It's still a whole whatever happened to him. The last thing I saw was that he was fully against gay marriage, and then he just really fucking dug himself a hole. He lost all support.
Yeah.
A real small nook.
Didn't he get like Women of the Year or something?
Oh yeah.
ESPN, Sports
He goes,
Illustrated.
now, ladies and gentlemen, her Adam's apple is as big as her cunt. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't be going this deep in this podcast, but we might be getting banned from all social media. Again, write to us, folks. It's fatearth@gmail.com.
And ashleymadison.com.
fatearth@ashleymadison.com.
I mean, dude, I should take the Ashley Madison logo and then incorporate, just make us a fake one with Fat Earth.
We should make a little video. Mm-hmm. Maybe we're the different specimens that you can get to cheat on. I love fucking
Kevin, the crazy
stuff.
Party guy. I'm outside on the beach and shit.
Anxiety.
Yeah,
I'll do girls, guys, anything.
Fucking funny. They go, or Big Jimmy. He's a laugh riot. Shows him laughing with the brew.
Schmidt's gay.
Schlitz gay.
Shit's unbelievable. If you're a man, or if you like beer and you're gay. Gosh, they couldn't make that today.
No.
Maybe they could.
No. I don't think so.
No. So what kind of jokes, like, you have to be apprehensive, like, when you're doing your improv stuff? That's one of the reasons that some of these raps come out so clean is I just tell Jimmy just to go fucking balls to the wall. Don't have any filter. Let me worry about that later. Just let it flow through you. If I'm sitting in an improv group and I got to watch my P's and Q's and C words.
Yeah, it makes you overthink, and it's counterproductive because the whole point of improv is like you have to be present and like the thing should just come to you. You shouldn't like think about it. But like the whole time I'm like, what am I gonna say?
Right.
Like I don't want to say anything offensive or I don't know. Too inappropriate, which is most of my humor is like inappropriate. So it's like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Barbara Bush, I thought was a little bit crazy. That was not offensive at all.
No.
Anyone's going to make a Bush joke when you're talking about the Bush family.
I thought you made some political statement. This girl.
No, not at all. No, I don't do that in my class. Are you kidding me? I'm like the lone wolf politically, the way I think.
Yeah.
I don't even talk about it with them.
What was the joke?
So
she went muff diving, so to speak.
So when we are we're doing long form improv now, which is different. So the first 4 courses was like short form, which is just like silly games, and it's fun and it's like a lot easier. Long form, you just get like a suggestion, and it's like you and one other person. You just have to make a scene from that suggestion. And it's tough because it's like a lot. I don't know.
That's where the characters probably come into play.
That's where they're supposed to. And my suggestion one time was Barbara Bush, and I made a Bush joke. Obviously, it was like, I know you love Barbara. Barbara Bush is back. She died, but she's back. She's resurrected. My Bush. Something stupid. It was something silly, and the teacher like cut it off right away, and he was like, listen, he's like, you can say what you want on stage, but this is a classroom setting. And keep in mind, I'm probably one of the youngest ones in the class, and I'm almost 30. And we're all adults that are paying to take this class. Like, no, I'm not saying anything offensive by making a fucking Bush joke.
Do you think you was more upset about the political statement or because of the Bush?
There was nothing political about it.
Yeah, right.
It was all
you're right
Bush.
about
It was
that.
all Bush.
Yeah.
There
And
was
then he's mad about
honestly,
Bush.
it was
That's not even
apolitical. It was like not even like I'm not gonna get political in my improv class. Like I'm
right.
just, I don't know. It was funny. I don't know, and funny in a
Having
peculiar way.
having you not explain what this guy looks like, I'm just picturing the teacher from Beavis and Butthead.
Damn it.
No, that's his neighbor.
I don't care. I only have two
Yeah, I
voices.
love that motherfucker.
Damn it, boys. Bobby. Bobby. Bobby.
I
Oh, you know
fucking
what I
love
was
Mike Judge.
Oh, he's great. He's great.
Oh god.
What I was thinking for a skit though is what if I was the teacher and you two were like in my class, and then I fucking I'm actually the opposite. I want to go. It's got to get more graphic. Yeah, and you guys are doing the. I want you to push it to the C word level.
Cunts.
Whoa! Right to us, folks. Heavy cream.
What? Wait, explain the scene better. You're the teacher. You're yelling at us.
Yeah, well, she was saying how her teacher like reprimanded her because she made a joke about a bush. If this is what the comedy club's coming to, sorry, honey, I might not be joining you. Because a bush ain't that fucking. That's not bad.
No, I mean I could have gone a lot worse.
You could have showed him skin mitt and been banned for life. Because I almost didn't put that up. If I almost didn't put the video up, it's got to be somewhat graphic.
It's probably pretty bad.
Oh, it's bad.
Michael Jackson bad.
My boss said that his wife literally looks at me in a completely different eye since seeing the video.
Wow.
In a bad way?
Oh,
it
not in a good way.
Good. It didn't sound in a good way.
James, you're no longer welcome better.
I said, well, all right. I said, I like it.
I thought I was going to be ostracized from my entire community, bro.
It's an anchor, though. This thing really tanked.
Oh, yeah.
But I like it. I mean, it's one of my favorite videos, literally.
Yeah, it tanked because I'm afraid to show it to people. That's why it tanked.
Yeah, right. True.
The advertising on alone was just a failure. You're going to show that shit to people? I'm afraid.
I like it. Keep it. On that note.
Yeah. And on that note, no, are we going to get this other rap going, though? I want to see Heavy Cream mix it up. Turn that shit into butter.
It's less graphic.
In theory, it's a good idea. I'm
scared.
Of course
graphic.
You don't have to do the high school one. The pop and fly. We could have you be like a little Kim type, pop up and just do like a real quick verse. No?
I would just have to get really drunk or something.
Oh my gosh. You get on stage sober, don't you? What's the difference?
Sober? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, you probably puff a little bit, but that's just making you.
No, I don't.
I might anxiety myself right out the door if I'd smoke.
I don't do that.
Show.
Yeah.
So what's the difference about acting in front of a whole? You go up in front of a whole crowd and improvise. We're asking you
Honestly, that's like what it's weird. Like
that shit scares me.
It gives me more energy.
Right, I can see that.
It's always the anticipation that sucks. It's
yeah.
Oh my god, leading up to it, I like lose my fucking shit like all day. I'm like freaking out.
Can you like not eat or?
I can't eat. Like I'm just like freaking out. I'm freaking the fuck out. And then once I get up there, then it's just like fun at that point. Then you're just like in the moment. I know that sounds stupid, but like.
Well, that's what it's all about with that improv stuff.
I like lose my inhibitions when I'm on stage.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't happen until I'm up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when the cameras roll.
I mean, is it like that for you when you perform? Did you ever get nervous or?
Oh yeah, you did.
I've gotten nervous a little bit, but there's usually no one around. It's like two people. When I did the speech for my cousin's wedding, this thing was a fucking, I couldn't eat. I was very nervous.
Yeah.
There was some jokes in there and stuff. And I was reading it off my phone, you know, like a real asshole. And then in the middle of it, I went off page because I got some laughs. I was talking about like I said something and I'm like, I'm not going to go into that. I got my grandmother sitting over there. And then I went off a little bit and then I totally lost my spot. So there's like 30 seconds. It felt like 4 minutes. Yeah. I wasn't saying, I just stood there while people were laughing. Then I waited the whole laugh to subside where I should have came back in, to keep it flowing. But whatever, it is what it is. I got my point across. But I was nervous, real nervous. I've never felt that nerve for doing a comedy thing. I don't know. Maybe it's because I have my hand that's so much in it, or I'm already thinking, my anxiety is about how it's going to be done. So I'm not like worried about my performance as much as the overall.
What was the feedback?
For what?
The speech.
Oh, my one cousin said it was it was the second best she's ever heard. My cousin Maureen.
There you go. Well, I like that.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I've rewatched it. There's I wish I could edit it. I'm pissed the fucking guy didn't edit it. It's like, dude.
They probably paid a lot of money for that guy too.
Why? Was it a ramble on? How long was it?
No, it was just no. Well, first of all, her sister speaks for a living. Their family's like super wealthy, so the dad gave this fucking like 20-minute speech. No joke. It was like 15. It was the longest speech ever.
But everyone was like captivated.
It went on and on. When it goes too long, it's worthless.
So awkward when that happens.
So that speech, that was the first
for a cigarette.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I got a dip. Let me know when it's over. Yeah.
Well, at my sister's wedding, the best man went on for a little too long. I mean, if you go on too long, it just wrecks the whole thing. Even if you
I went to a wedding where I felt like, honestly, like, I felt so embarrassed for the person doing it. And I was like, I have to get out of here. This is too much. This is too much for me. And I have no kid. Like, this is like not even like a family wedding to me. This is just too much.
Yeah. All right. Welcome to Dr. Anxiety's life on the everyday.
It was so fucking bad. People were not laughing. It was like you could hear a pin drop. And
yeah.
The guy was just like wasted and just like kept going on.
Yeah, see, I didn't drink it. I had like 3 beers. I was like, I gotta be sober for this.
That's good, because no one wants to see that.
No, my sister's this guy was telling old stories, and it was just, I mean, he was so fucking, when you're nervous, it's just it wrecks the whole thing. Have you ever done one?
Yeah, you can tell, yeah.
I did Rizzy Rizzes. I was a little nervous too, but I wrote nothing. I went completely off the cuff.
It's better almost.
Got a big ovation.
Yeah. I should have did that. I
had a 4-second pause, and his uncle goes, "What are you, lost for words?" I go, "Fred, pipe down, bud."
Yeah.
People are
like, she finally shut Fred up. Yeah.
Fuck you, Fred.
Fred's been fucking people since the day I was born.
No one fucking likes Fred.
Yeah, throw Fred out,
dude. So I was also in charge of photography, which Brian gave me a camcorder, and I went around and I called it he's like, my mom wants real good shots. I'm like, yeah, no doubt. So I took it with the bridesmaids and my friends into the cellar of the location, and we're drinking down there.
Your cock didn't come out, did it?
We're smoking joints, and so we took
single picture.
We took it to the underbellies of the wedding.
Yeah, I thought so.
Dude, so I was using Mo Fungus's line there, which he had been saying on the camping trip a month earlier, "Show me a titty or something." And the bridesmaids are showing titties or something. Brian says we rarely go back and watch our wedding video.
Oh, wow. Because you can't, dude, send it to me. I'll edit that shit out.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, hook me up with that.
We'll have to offer him.
So back to the thing, like I wrote this whole masterpiece. I was like, I'm going to get up. This is going to be my stand-up time. I've never done stand-up, but I'm going to use my cousin's wedding as stand-up.
Oh, God.
So I wrote this whole part about, I can't remember exact wording, but it's about the first, me and Michael have a lot of, we did a lot of first things together. And I'm talking about we played in a band, this and that. I go, we saw our first naked woman together in a magazine. And I go, thanks, Uncle Mike. And I was like trying the joke out. That's his dad. I was trying the joke out before, and they're like, don't say that shit. Half the people said say it, and the other half said don't say that shit. I was like, why? I think it's gonna kill. They're like, no, that's way too offensive. Like, because you don't realize at the wedding there's the grandparents, there's aunts and uncles and people that may not have that same humor as you. I ended to opt it out, but it might have hit and it might have flopped. But that was the magic of the night. But no, it was I slipped in some good jokes that I just know my fam.
You slipped in some good jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to honor you with being my best man and writing such a speech you'll give at my wedding. Oh boy, I finally get my time to be a comedian. I'm gonna write something.
He roasts everyone in the room.
I love that. That's what your brain consciously was like. What if there's a talent agent? I'm in, Mike. Book 2 of these things this summer. I'll be ready.
So I take it you've never been a bridesmaid, Colleen? Or not a bridesmaid, but the maid of honor?
Girlfriends. I know.
Yeah. It's kind of a lot. It's almost a pain in the ass. I mean, I was very honored to do it, but
it's not I'm not into that shit. I'm just not. I wouldn't be a good one.
No, I mean, I love my cousin. I'm like, I'm so honored that he did it. And then I was like, it wasn't that big of a pain because he's such a low key guy. If it was for Jimmy, though, I know this guy wants to have a good time out for the fucking bachelor party, and those can become a real there's a lot of going on there. It depends on the guy.
Kevin's backing up. It can be a real fucking pain in the ass. They're not that bad. Actually, I remember when.
Well, Michael knows I love the guy. It wasn't a pain in the ass. It's not a pain in the ass, but it's an emotional. At least the speech, dude. And at my cousin's wedding, this thing was a fucking. It was the most expensive wedding I've ever been to. So it wasn't Joe's wedding in the back of the house where, you know, people are chit-chatting this and that. It was like, all right, now it's the best man. Come on up. So I go into the front. It was just before dinner, too. Everybody's staring, and it's like a fucking... This thing was a couple $100,000 wedding.
Yeah.
It was insane. I was like, holy shit. Because I thought maybe I could just do it, and not everyone was going to be brought to the attention, and... Nope, everyone's going to be staring right at you, and they're going to be hanging on every fucking word. Man. Yeah.
That's the best you could do.
That is your best man.
Well,
oh my God.
I had tux on, baby. I looked good. I must say so myself.
Where's he at? It's me. What the fuck?
That's him. You go, honey. Fuck y'all. I hope you have to be a bridesmaid or a maid of honor, Colleen, because everyone should have to go through that speech once in their life.
I feel like that would not be an issue for me. If I'm like the maid of honor, I mean, there's not a lot of people that I could be. I don't know, that unlikely, you know. But if that's the case, then I feel like I would be pretty comfortable.
If you can speak and you're pretty witty, I would say do what Jimmy did, because the fact that I was
just go up there, yeah.
You know.
I wouldn't want it to be too contrived.
There's too many stories to mention them all. We've
That's had
one hell of a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was about literally 45 seconds, dude. But it was like
Jesus.
Mike Tyson just boom, knockout.
I was at my cousin's wedding it was like 2 years ago, and his younger brother, he's a very shy guy. This fucking dude's hands were quaking. He barely even said 45 seconds.
Well, it's funny. So, like, what happened was, you know, I'm getting sauced. It's I'm the best man.
You gotta get in the honey hole. You gotta be in that hole.
I was getting pretty drunk, or, you know, we're getting going. We're smoking joints and shit. And I got to do but I wasn't like freaking out, but I got more nervous right as it happened, actually. But what happened was I got pissed right before it, because the maid of honor goes, I'm going to go second. I've got a really good one. And I was like, all right. And I already knew, like, that I was better at delivering any type of speech in front of people. So I had it in me that I was like, I need to fucking kill on this so that I show up that I should have went second. And even after she came back and was like, holy shit, you should have went second. I totally fucked that up. And I was like,
my.
it's tight. I go, you did awesome. But I was thinking, no, you fucked up. It sounded like
Yeah.
shit. Big
Then you
Jim
go, where are you
killed.
staying tonight, honey? It's all right. I'll give you some coaching.
Gosh, your hair smells good.
Is that Pantene? Back to the Fresh Prince days. But no, I should have went first because the girl that did the speech for my cousin's wife was like, she was like a speaker. Her job was to speak in front of people and shit. This girl had a fucking 3-page, immaculate worded masterpiece. This thing was like fucking Dickens. I mean, and then you got me bumbling up there. But no, I delivered what I wanted to do. And on that note, folks.
What was the comedic?
He did it. He did it.
Did you get a good amount of laughs?
Oh yeah,
no,
yeah,
everyone
hell yeah.
got up and left.
I took out I took out this whole section because when I was younger, when I was like 2 or 3, I fell into my grandparents' pool, and Mike, my cousin, he's a bigger dude, he pulled me out, like saved my life. So then I was gonna go into this whole thing about how he was my bodyguard and I'm Whitney Houston. Like I can't even remember what it was, but I was gonna start singing.
Or was going to go into.
What?
You did go into? Or
no, hell no. I trimmed the fat on this thing, bro. I wasn't going into body. I go, he's my Kevin Costner. I can't remember what this shit was.
And you just get it. You sing Whitney Houston?
Yeah.
I trimmed the fat.
I should have did it, though, because it probably would have been funny. But no, it's... My family knows me pretty good.
I can already tell you made the right move by trimming the fat if those were left on the end of the meat.
Yeah, there was this other part about bless you.
Thank you.
If you know my cousin, he's a way bigger. When I was in high school, I was like a string bean. I showed you that picture, Colleen. I look like a fucking mouse that needs to be squashed. But my cousin was a bigger dude. Like he was built for football, and I was not. Okay, so we all played football our freshman year, and I remember my coach hated me because I showed up to practice one time late, and someone told him that I was like smoking pot or something. I think Jimmy, you had the same problem, so you can relate.
Yeah.
But so I get to practice, and we're doing. Did you ever play football, Jimmy?
Yeah, freshman year.
So there's a drill where one guy has the ball. It's pretty much just a tackling drill, but you run diagonally at each other. Someone's bound to get fucking hurt, you know? It's just a fucking... Let's take the big... So the coach picks the biggest guy out of the team, which was Mike, and then he picks me because he hated me. And then he's like, all right, he goes, all right, now you tackle this guy.
He didn't know the connection, right?
No, I don't know. He didn't know we were cousins. He did not. So I look at Michael. It's like looking at a fucking giant. It's like looking up at this fucking guy. I'm like, how am I going to take him down? So my idea was to just run at his leg as hard as possible and hit it. And I did that. I shattered his leg. Fucking broke my cousin's leg.
What?
Yeah. Like a toothpick, this thing fucking cracks, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that was I don't really remember where the story.
What did the coach say then?
It was nice hit, man. I don't.
With nice hit, man.
Then he stopped hating
Oh my god.
No, he never played me, but you know that was the nature of the game.
The nature of the game.
You know Audia, right, Colleen?
Who?
I don't know what his first name was, but his last name was Audia. He was like a science coach or a science teacher at North.
Oh yeah. He got like fired or something. I feel like.
Yeah, he might have hooked up with one of your friends or something. I heard he was.
Yeah. I forgot about that. I forgot about that name. That's weird.
He hated me when I played football for him, but then
he's a little guy.
Yeah, when I was in his class, he liked me because I was same thing with you, Jimmy. I would just talk to my teachers, kind of, you know, we'd build rapport and stuff.
It's so funny. All my teachers, they all liked me, but I just like did terribly in school. But all my teachers liked me. I remember they would like take me out in the hall and they'd be concerned and talk to me.
Oh.
You just don't do homework. I'm like, yeah, don't do that shit.
Yeah. You were never into school, were you?
I hated school.
There wasn't one class you found that you enjoyed?
I enjoyed a few.
Mm-hmm.
Like I loved like American legal system, psychology, Fashion fabrics, I got an I in for
The hell does that mean?
Incomplete, because I did not
wow.
do one thing the whole time. I did not sew at all. So that was my least favorite. But yeah, those are 2 classes I enjoyed. I liked history, shit like that. But
okay.
I liked biology. But other than that, like creative writing was cool.
If it was just classes and no obligations after like homework, I would have been
exactly. I would have
liked school.
I was just so principled that like I was anti homework. I'm like, I'm not gonna go to school from 8:30 to 3:30 and then come home and sit there and do schoolwork. I'm not gonna do that. It was like a principle thing. Yeah.
100% agreed. 100%.
It wasn't because I was not capable.
I said the exact same thing. I go, Dad, you don't come home from work and do more work. He's like, yes, I do sometimes. I go, then you're an idiot.
Right. And
I don't come home from school and do more work.
Right. And it's the least inspiring thing, public school. It's like, who's going to be inspired to learn when they're just like, it's like.
I was treating it like my cousin's speech. I was using it as my comedy class.
Exactly.
Right. Well, that's what me and Jimmy used to talk about. I remember some classes you were able to do it because it was all group fucking work. And I would shine in those because it's now you're on and it's your comedy routine for 45 minutes. I love that. Those are the ones I would get girls from because I could come alive, so to speak, and dazzle
when you
have
an audience, though.
Right.
And it's funny because I remember one of my history teachers was like literally called me a ham because we did like some kind of exercise in front of the class where we had to come up with some kind of performance or something. Yeah. And that's when I really came alive. And she's like, wow, you're really a ham. And it was surprising because I'm actually like pretty shy in real life. In some situations, but
well, you
give me an audience, you know?
A lot of people are like that though. They're very introverted, but then when they're given the opportunity, when they're on stage, when they're doing a show, they activate, if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
The first fucking parody song I ever wrote, it was actually with your brother. It was the first time I ever met him, and we were in health class, and we had to write. You could do a bunch of different things concerning an STD. You could make a PowerPoint. You could make flashcards.
A song?
We made a song. Yeah, and we picked Coldplay's Yellow, and we were using the real words, but we were talking about some venereal like leakage, you know. Dude, this shit was graphic, but they had to listen to it. It was the most gruesome graphic tale about an STD leaking fluid down your leg.
What kind of grade did you get on this thing?
A+, bro. This lady was shocked. She was like, "This is unbelievable."
I bet that deterred some people that made people not want to have sex.
Well, because we had a graphic disease. I can't remember what it was, but it had some kind of leakage, like yellow discharge or some shit. Yeah, yep. I think that was it. But I remember yellow leakage discharge was what stood out to me, and I folded it right into the confines of that beautiful song.
Huh.
You had the nice acoustic.
Yeah. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen.
Global Modern Media Company.
Here's my urine.
FatEarth.com.
If that's your urine, man, you might need to drink some water.
Okay, I only said that because he said that.
Right.
Don't make me. This is not my pee. I'm not dehydrated, okay?
Well, did you ever hear the podcast when we were talking about pouring shit in our urines to beat drug tests? Clearly not. But yeah, I poured way too much of this liquid into my fucking urine, and it turned it very dark. So the doctor goes, the doctor's like, either your son's kidneys are fucking destroyed. It's like an 80-year-old man, or he poured something in here.
He needs dialysis.
Yeah. Have you ever had to take a drug test? I feel like Colleen's family was a little more laid back, and they didn't threaten her because of drug issues. Like, that's the way to answer the drug problem, is threaten your fucking kid.
No, actually, I got caught on mushrooms when I was a freshman in high school.
Ooh, this sounds like quite the tale.
Yeah, that's another podcast. But...
All right, yeah.
They were always cool. Now it's just a family joke.
Well, just
I
give us a
hate
gist of
mushrooms.
it.
Okay, so I originally was not supposed to go over my friend's house and take mushrooms. Caitlin was, but she ended up having to babysit.
Wrong
So
system altogether.
yeah, exactly. So I went along, and I went to my friends for a sleepover, and they're like, "We're gonna do mushrooms," and I was like, "Sweet, tell me more." And they're like, "You take these, you eat them, and you see like flying pigs and shit." And I'm like, "That
Jesus.
sounds cool." So at that point in my life, I was like, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, like I didn't do drugs, like I just
Hey,
thought you just ate these mushrooms and like you saw like a flying pig.
right.
So I was like, all right,
Thanks,
I'll
Hollywood. You fucking idiots.
yeah.
There's like
So
dragons and shit. It's like
right.
nothing. I've
Oh
never
God,
seen
it
a
was
fucking
not a
dragon
flying
ever.
pig, let me tell you. Uh, we ended up taking an eighth of mushrooms each.
Oh my, that's quite the dose. Plus, you're a pretty small person.
Yeah. So I was like losing my shit.
You might have saw pig.
I talked to a Jim Morrison poster for a good time. I don't know how
What
long.
did he have to say?
Couldn't tell you. At this point,
Don't remember. He had the
yeah,
key to life at the time, but I
this is
don't
like
remember.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
I just remember like I went to the bathroom and I was like, I saw myself in the mirror, and who knows how long I was in the bathroom because I was like, I had like cartoon eyes, like they were just big and
Oh, the
black,
mirror will
and like
get you.
I was like, holy shit,
Oh yeah, I
yeah,
felt like I was a Japanimation too,
yeah,
man.
like anime shit, like
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
yeah, it was crazy. So I don't know how long I was in there, but at one point my friend, her phone rang and it was her mom,
Bad idea.
and bad idea, right? She answered the phone, and we are all just like laughing and just sounding so stupid. Like, she knew something was up. She knew we were like some kind of fucked up.
I hope,
So,
yeah.
yeah. She's like, all right, we're coming to, I'm not going to name names, but she's like, all right, we're coming to get you. And at that point, I was like, oh, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
um, this is not good. I've never been caught doing anything. My parents are gonna flip out. I was like freaking out. And then my friend's parents, I could hear them outside. This is like midnight, probably like 12:30 a.m. And I can hear her dad roll up. He brought his dog, their dog, the family dog with him. And I could just hear it barking outside, and it added some kind of element
This
of
is like a
like, just
horror
like,
film.
exactly. It was just like, I was freaking the fuck out. And they picked her up, and I started like puking. I was
Oh,
puking mushrooms and shit. And
yeah.
then I started tripping more.
Oh
And,
yeah. Jimmy's about to start tripping right now.
so I was, yeah, so I was like freaking the fuck out. They took my friend to the hospital because she didn't tell them what she was on, and
Dude, this is
they
a
knew.
fucking horror.
What?
This sounds
Yeah,
like the movie, dude.
Why didn't we
crazy.
save this for
Let's
us?
write this. They go into the woods and this shit happens to them.
And they knew something was up, so they took her to the fucking hospital. And at that point, I'm at my friend's house still, and they call her mom and let her know that something's up with us. And her mom was like, she didn't realize before, but like I was talking to her for a while on an
Yeah.
eighth of mushrooms, and she did not realize I was on
Nice
mushrooms.
work, Mom.
And I remember being like, "Do you wear high heels to work every day?" Just being like really weird and saying weird shit, and like she had no idea. But at that point, my other friend's mom called her, and then she's like, "All right, heavy cream, I have to drive you home." And
That's
I was
exactly
like,
what she said. Heavy
I said,
cream. I have
"Heavy
to drive
cream."
you home.
This is how the nickname came about. So she's like, I have to drive you home. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, okay. So we're in the car. At this point, she knows I'm on mushrooms. And I'm like, lady, you're going inside with me. And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, no.
Yeah, she doesn't want to take the blame for this.
Exactly. I was like, no, you're going inside with me. I made this lady go inside with me at like 1 a.m. in the morning. And I'll never forget it. We walk into my house. My parents were up watching a movie or some shit. And they're like, Heavy cream. That's what they called me. And yeah, and they're like, "What are you doing here? I thought you were staying the night." And my friend's mom was like, "Heavy cream took hallucinogenic mushrooms tonight." And my mom like got up and she like started to come at me. Like she was about to beat my ass. And I remember just being like, "All right, I deserve this. Here it comes." And then she started to come at me and my dad was like, "No, you can't do that," because my dad understands.
Right.
You can't do that when someone's tripping balls, right?
Yeah, I mean this is intense.
Yeah. So my friend's mom left and then my parents just sat me down and we had deep convos all night. And that was my first experience with mushrooms.
Wow. That's
so
Jimmy's
how'd
dream
that
trip.
translate to a piss test?
No, that's how she got caught. She said never pot.
I got caught. My parents never gave me drug tests, but I got caught.
Yeah. They didn't have to. They knew what was going on from the get-go.
Dude, you had to talk to them that whole time? That's horrible.
It's now a joke now because I hate mushrooms, like the actual like vegetable or whatever. They're gross to me. And everyone's like, "Oh, Kelly, we thought you loved mushrooms," and it's just like, now we all laugh about it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
At the time, it was fucking crazy.
Is that why you don't like them ever? Have you done them since?
I have, but I don't like that. I think they're too
intense. That's why.
I think they're really intense.
Yeah,
I think acid's 1,000 times more intense.
If I just sit down and talk to my parents for the entire trip, it'd be a little bit too intense, I would say.
Yeah.
I might not do them again, folks.
Yeah.
I probably would. I'd want to test it without that environment.
I will say my parents are really good about it. Like it wasn't like they like sat down and yelled at me. They sat down and talked to me, concerned as fuck, because obviously I was a freshman in high school. But at the time, I explained to them, like I thought that I was eating a vegetable.
Why did you want the woman to come inside with you when she was offering not to?
She wanted them to tell her what they did.
I didn't want to be the one to like break the news.
Right. Why would you have had to?
I needed support or some shit. Like I didn't want to go in there and be like, "Hi, I'm on mushrooms, Mom and Dad." Like
why did you have to?
I didn't, because I made her come inside with me.
Oh, what if you would have made? What if you were like, "All right, I got this. I'm going in now," and then you just tell your parents you're tired.
I fucking ran down the street or in the park across the street and stayed the night.
No, I would have walked inside and been like, "Yo, Beth got sick."
But I knew that my friend who was at the hospital at the time, her parents were going to tell my parents. Like I was fucked either way.
The lid's coming off this story one way or another, folks.
No, you popped yourself. She would have called and said, "My daughter's at the hospital." You could have been like, "Yeah, Becky got into some shit."
Yeah, they were doing it. I just got out of there because I didn't want to be a part of that stuff.
This girl's nuts, Dad. This girl got into some weird shit. You know how I came home early? Because I don't partake in that shit.
Yeah, that's exactly, you're thinking the most rational you've ever had while you're tripping for the first time
you got
at 16.
Heavy cream. You got a great soul. And I would have lied my ass off in that scenario.
I'm not good at that shit. Naturally, I just am not good. I'm like,
I might have did the same thing she did.
Anxiety.
Just come out with it.
Yeah,
Dr. Anxiety would have folded. He would have got halfway into
Anxiety was like way too much. Yeah.
Mofungus would have got halfway into it and then failed. I got to come clean.
Yeah.
Half the lies I got away with my mom, they would make me sick inside. Because I told her to him in the first place, man. It was brutal. This life is a motherfucker. I'm telling you.
Like marketing, just like mystery. I was looking at it like marketing. If I could sell this act. Yeah,
that's it.
The pickup artist.
No, but yeah, I have anxiety, folks. So make fun of it more. Fuck off.
On that note,
folks, you got anything else to say? We got a big Memorial Day weekend coming at you. Colleen, how many parties are you going to, and are they under 10?
0.
Boom. She's got a big old goose egg. What do you got going on, Big Jiggity Jim?
Start of the show with this. I'm going to go to my sister's.
Beautiful. Where's that at?
Grand Rapids.
Oh,
nice.
That's is that how far away?
I wanted to go to my sister's, but she's not around this weekend.
Hour and a half.
I'll go fuck myself.
So what? She's on the bike adventure?
They're going camping.
Dude, your sister and her husband, that's
They're
the
all
shit.
about that shit. I know.
Like if I do well with some of these stocks I bought, I'm gonna buy one of those travel vans that has like the bed. Like it's a
Those are
small
sweet.
dumbed down version of a motorhome,
You
but
can
they're
drive
nice because
around.
well, when you drive a fucking motorhome, it's a pain in the ass because you're all over the road and shit. These things are actual vans converted. They may be a
Yeah.
little smaller. You know what I'm talking about, right, Jimmy? Those Mercedes. They're well, those are the
Like the
nicer ones.
top, the platform ones.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
I just
Yeah.
hope you picked up some Enron stock. I hear they're doing fucking great.
Well, the only stock Jimmy could think of at the time. He's quite snappy tonight,
And
folks.
run.
And, see this guy with the globe behind him? He goes and studies
He's
shit.
worldly.
He's very worldly.
Is that a new setup, Jim?
That's
Yep.
a new setup.
Where are you?
Douche in the back
Douche?
second room.
They call it the douche room. It's his office.
Guys, I'm waiting for my bookshelf. It's gonna
Nice.
be right here, but I ordered it a month ago.
Well, I was gonna say, what are you building
He's-
it? What's going on here?
No, it keeps getting delayed. All my furniture.
Yeah. There's something going on around the world. I don't know.
Yeah.
First world problems. I don't get my shit delivered.
We sure in the building tonight. That was progress.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys are,
I felt for you. Being locked out is an absolute serious
it fucking
anxiety
sucked.
attack.
It
I've
was.
done-
I was like not okay for. I was like, I don't want to call my landlord. I've been here a month, and I straight up said, I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Don't worry about it. I'm not
whatever.
gonna do
That's the
that.
part of being the owner.
And
of the
no,
land.
I've never been treated like such shit in my life.
Oh
The
my
guy-
gosh, are you serious?
I texted him originally, and I gave him this like long thing. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I locked myself out. Blah 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 blah. And then he didn't respond. So then I called him because at that point I'm like, I don't know what else to do. And he answered, and I was like, hey, did you get my text? And he's like, no, I didn't get any text. And I was like, fuck. All right. I locked myself out. And he's like, oh, so you need me to come there and let you in? And
Jesus.
I was like, well, I mean, yeah, I'm really sorry. I can meet you and bring the key back. I don't know what to do. I'm really sorry. And I know that being sorry does not change the fact that this is inconveniencing you tonight. I was very
cocksucker.
Yeah, exactly. I was very apologetic, and I was like almost on the verge of tears because I felt bad. I was like, fuck. I was like, I'm calling these people, and it's probably like they're probably enjoying a nice dinner and it's a beautiful night, and like I'm ruining it, and I felt really bad. And he's like, all right, well, it's going to be at least a half hour because he lives a half hour away. I was like, all right.
That's this fucker's job, though. Never ever feel sorry for that.
Exactly. It's like I did feel bad, but at the same time, you do own an apartment building, and this is your job. And he was like, all right, I'll be there, whatever. So it's about 40 minutes later or so, and he shows up with his wife, and they're just really weird, and it's just uncomfortable. And we walk in, and I'm like, you guys, I'm really sorry. Like,
why does his wife have to come?
It was like, weird. I don't know. He was like, he's like, yeah, you have a drip, so we're gonna fix it now. I was like, oh, okay. It was like, all right, cool. It was like 8:30 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Yeah. He's gonna kill two birds with one stone.
I was like, all right, yeah, come on in. And it was just really awkward and uncomfortable.
Way of checking around the apartment when you moved in.
I guess so.
No
and
way.
So he kneels down and opens this thing that he has full of keys, and he was like, oh fuck. And I was like,
this sounds like a fucking skit.
That's my dick.
He goes, I fucking brought the wrong keys.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, what is I was like, well, he's like, they're like, oh shoot. And I was like, well, I'm sorry, you guys, this is my fault. This is a result of me locking myself out. This is my fault.
I'm on mushrooms.
Yeah. And
I just ate an eighth, asshole.
I've never done mushrooms again after my landlord couldn't get me into my apartment, and I talked to him all night.
Scarred me for life.
Honestly, he did not make sure he brought the right keys, and he lives a half hour away. And so
he had to go back?
So they just like walked out. They didn't say like, we'll be back, whatever. They just walked out. And then it was like over an hour later, they came back, and he walks up the stairs, At that point, my other neighbor like downstairs is like outside talking to me, trying to get me to come into his apartment, and I'm like, no, that's all right.
Here we go, folks.
That's all right.
Here we go. Are me and Jimmy gonna have to come over there and crush some fucking skulls?
I've been waiting 3 years for this girl to get locked out. Come
cute
on
girl
down
moves
here.
in. Cute girl gets locked out of her apartment. This is God's fucking gifting me this.
He's like, you can come in. It's fine. I was like, no, it's all right.
See.
Clearly, he doesn't know who mystery is, because that's not the way to play it, my friend.
So my landlord walks up, just puts the key in, opens the door, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. And he just turns his back to me and fucking walks out. And I was like, I've never been treated like that by anyone in my life. Well, I probably have, but like.
How old is this guy? Yeah, you're clearly not remembering the Colorado story, but we have that on.
Either way, it was bad. Yeah, this guy's in his 50s or so.
That's not even that. Like I picture the 70-year-old fucking feeble-minded, feeble-bodied man having to crawl over there, and his wife's so old she has to join him because she can't fucking open up her pill container without him.
But I could just feel his like hatred. Like he was just so pissed off that he didn't bring his key, the right key. So that made him even more mad at me. And like, it was a great establishing a good relationship.
See, it's his job, but you got to understand you're new to this place too, right? So it happened quickly.
Yeah, and to be honest, in my defense, my door knob is upside down. So when it's locked, it's horizontal. It's not normal. It's like weird. So
I'm still not understanding this, but keep going.
When
you told me this before, and I was like,
"This guy's fixing drips. He's not fixing the door lock that he's forgets the key for." I would have told this dude, Collie, we might have to be around each other more time.
I'm telling you,
as a
man,
fatter crew, we can protect you a little better. I would have said, "Hey, bud, you're not entering the apartment yet, and if you got something to fix, it's right here in the hallway with the door handle that's upside down. Now get the right key.
It's
and
legitimately
come on back.
upside down. So
you got your Italian woman hidden down in there. You got to let that thing come out a little bit.
Yeah, but I internalize it all. So
don't do that either, because you might fucking lose it.
Don't worry.
Hopefully, we're rolling the cameras when you do.
You forgot the fucking key? I got to wait outside for another hour, you imbecile? Go fucking get it. What are you wasting time around here? And you ain't coming inside without a 24-hour notice. Fix the fucking door handle. It's upside down. Arrivederci.
And then Hogan texted me. And then I'm like, oh God, now I'm like, I'm disappointing.
Just fucking say, your life is, this podcast is a little less important than,
No, right. It was just,
but I appreciate that you internalized you took some initiative and
blew it. It was probably a shitty, I don't remember which episode it was. It was probably a shitty one.
No, you guys got it was a good one. Bro. Yeah, that was a good one. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm the key. Like that's the thing. Maybe it's
me. Don't start doing what Jimmy does. This fucking guy looks at the videos and he goes, "Am I in this one? This one's got 5,000 views. Am I in it?" And then he gets fucking mad if he isn't in it, dude. It's like we're a team, all right? So
yeah.
20,000 views. Am I in it?
I fucking hate that one if I'm not in it.
But yeah, fuck. What did your neighbor say? Did you ask him? You go, have you had any run-ins with our landlord?
I started to, and then the landlord showed up. But
okay.
He was friendly and nice, but it's like, dude, I'm not trying to go into your apartment right now.
Yeah, that's to the other level. I would have just been like, you want a glass of water or something while you wait?
Yeah, no. I'm like, he was like leaning a bit. He's like, yeah.
So what happened?
He's like, so what happened? I was like, it was really dumb. I thought I was unlocking the door, but I ended up locking it.
Hey,
and he's like, yeah, you can't do that. I was like, I know.
Hopefully both that guy and the landlord watch our podcast. Shout out to landlord himself.
Yeah. Very nice guy. Very nice.
Hopefully you don't have to
turn your knob right side up.
Now I'm going to go make 10 copies of the key. Bury them all around.
Yeah. Well, other than that, how are things going over there?
All right. Damn it.
No, it's really great. I don't mean to sound negative.
Upside down still.
Really good. I like it. Other than that whole experience.
Nice neighbor. Are you by
I've gone on a few walks. It's nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
You're in Royal Oak area?
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah, I was looking at that side of town. I was looking at Troy there.
I like it because it's like central.
Mm-hmm.
There's some nice heads around here. What?
Beautiful.
I said Peon Central.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of peons here.
You got the meathead.
I like Royal Oak.
But honestly,
like
I'm on the north side. I'm on the north side, so I'm not like downtown Royal Oak. I'm not. I'm in like.
I don't associate with the yuppies.
Right. Well, we gotta do a top cities coming soon. Royal Oak.
Royal Oak would be a big hit.
Yep. All right. Well, boom, folks. We've had a great time tonight.
The other day for top cities at I was playing darts with my buddies. We forgot about social distancing.
Yeah.
And they said, "Dude, why the hell aren't there more of these?"
Right. Yeah, we got to get them going. I mean,
said Mofungus don't want to do them. I keep fucking saying that.
Right. Well, Colleen, you want to do the voiceover for one?
Yeah, I'd love
to.
That would be hilarious.
That'd be good.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Royal Oak, Michigan.
Oh yeah, you could be sultry. You go so many meatheads.
I love
and then we got it that
motorcycle.
you live there, so like it's like the Mofungus thing where it's like it's where I live, pinpricks.
Right.
Yeah, my hometown.
I highly doubt Royal Oak's gonna have the problem that fucking Harper Woods did.
No.
Because the city's actually functioning at top caliber.
They might get butthurt by the time you're done with them. You turn Sterling Heights into a
Sterling Heights
Ashley Madison, dude.
Yeah. Oh my god.
If you use Ashley Madison, you're gonna like Sterling Heights.
Yeah. I love the part where you go in and out of anything possible.
Oh man.
Well, let's end it on a joke, folks. We might have a couple more episodes this week if we can find the time, but we really got to dip our beaks into something more substantial, like a top cities or Man I Can. Thing's still bubbling on my tongue.
We're getting good at the dabs.
Right.
The dabs. We're finding a little niche. I want 20 of these things, 25 of these things, and see where those can go.
Okay, I want 100 versions of dabs, and then we'll evaluate after.
If Mofungus gets hit by the side of a door sometimes.
They should all start with me injuring myself somehow.
Oh, with that music, Mario.
Yeah. It's a goddamn walking freak.
I love how well you properly transfer hands with it, then put it back.
I'm not gonna waste the shit, bro.
That's so good.
It
looks like Chris Farley.
Yeah, thanks.
In a good way, not like I actually look like him.
All right.
Not physically.
We have a saying we like to do around here. 1, 2, 3. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.